The other dive downs that I've done so far, they were very much like, hey, this is the deck that I have, it's solidified. Let's go into it and talk about the game plan. This one is a lot more of, I want to look at it again and revisit it. Oh, my bad. Now we're on the right screen, cool. Yep, I'm just looking to revisit this, and it's gonna be partially like a deck tech and what I have with the thoughts of the deck and what it's, supposed to do, the themes and stuff. Because already it's got that horror tribal theme. I definitely went with the horror tribal theme for Ingrathod, especially over Umbris, compared to like the horror tribal commanders, because it just fits Ingrathod a lot more and has like that theft theme going on. So he's got tribal and theft theme going on. Now, first I'm gonna be looking for pirates and stuff. I guess I could look at Scryfall. I mean, it's gonna be weird if I just don't. I'm trying to figure out how to share both my screens on this. Like, I could just share the entire window, which wouldn't be bad. Okay, can you see this when I do that? I wonder. You can. Okay, you can see Scryfall. Let's test Scryfall. And with that, at first the mana base, right? 36 lands, pretty standard. Nothing super powerful going on here. We have a Shizo, I guess. Gains Fear, because we do want to be hitting. Is this legendary? So we could give our commander Fear, which means it can't be blocked by except for black or artifact creatures, but Restless Reef. Is that just in there because I think it's fun? I don't understand why. I guess it's for the mill trigger. Attacks target player mills 4 cards. Alright, land mill maybe? I don't know how to search for this exactly. This is just gonna give me lands. That's unfortunate. Okay, what a pain in the butt. I feel like this music does not fit Ingrathod at all. It's just really calm, but you know what? I'm live streaming this while this is happening over on my Twitch. So it's kind of like live deck building. And so this is the I win stuff. Huh? Let's focus on the mana base. Am I happy with the mana base? There's only one MTFC, so that's a little bit silly. Seriously? Alright, what are we looking for? Warlock Teachings. Nope. Fail the Profane, I feel like is good. And this is also the other side of things, right? When I'm building a deck, the deck is already estimated like, what, $300, almost $400? It's 200, like 260, 250 right there. That's... I don't own this deck in paper, but I'm going to treat this as if I would own the deck in paper, which means personally I don't run things like Cyclonic Rift. I know that's weird in most of my decks, especially to not run Cyclonic Rift, considering it's like really the big blue finisher, but I'll run things like Toxic Deluge. Toxic Deluge really did jump down in price, though. That price used to be like $15, $20, not, I think, earlier last year. Excuse me. I really hope that's not like audible. We have Ramp here. I really like Realm Breaker, but what you want to do is MDFC. I'll consider coming back to this. This has to be a horror. I mean, why would I not include some of these? You know what I mean? Let's throw in, just making sure. Yeah, we're gonna throw in the new Power Crypt stuff, like Fell the Profane. Typing with one hand is awesome. Thank you. $5, man, the card got to the price. But I'm gonna treat this like as, yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna spend a little money here. I'm gonna go out my budget and have some fun. Singular Stupor, I think, is good. Again, those Power Crypt MDFCs. Oh my god. Okay, so here's where I draw the line, though. I will not pay $10 for a flex card. This card is good. I like it, but we're not playing EDH. I'm not looking to break the bank. I'm not looking to make the most optimal, Captain Ingrathod deck. So what am I trying to do? You know, what I am trying to do is I want to build a synergistic deck that operates at kind of medium-low level tables. It should crush precons is the idea. Like, it's kind of like, I'm looking like maybe like a 6 or a 7. Everyone says their deck is a 6 or a 7, but I think mine actually are, because I don't run a whole lot of bullshit. Because like I want to stick to a theme, and the theme here is, again, that Nightmare Mill, that Nightmare Horror Mill, not Nightmare. That's Umbris. So what do I have here? Have several. Toxic's expensive, but I do have an extra copy of him, so I guess that's my excuse for including. Night Howler synergistic, that stays. I can see this getting cut. Here, let me add another category for cut. Cut. Question mark. That's Z's. Question mark. Let's just go through the deck and look for cards that I am not happy with. Yeah, so this is the I win stuff. They get it like I stupid, but it's a combo using Mind Crank and milling a card, and each person loses 1 life. Then they mill a card, and they would lose another life because when it enters the battlefield, they would, yada. I think Guilt Feeder would trigger that on attack, is why it's in there, and Dust Metal Guild Mage is part of that as well. With the 3 mana, whenever a card is put to an opponent's graveyard from anywhere this turn, the player loses 1 life. And that's why when it attacks block, they lose 1 life. No, it's not. Why are you here, Guilt Feeder? Mills that many cards. I think it's just in there not because he's a part of the combo, but because when you mill someone that much, this is the win condition. This is one of the win conditions of the deck. This isn't just, I remember now, this isn't just the combo section. This is like the, hey, GG's. Like I play Guilt Feeder and I'll give it like Lightning Greaves and swing on you and you're going to lose 20, 30 life. And if that's, the game's been going on, they're just going to die. I like Realm Breaker in this, but what can I cut? What can I cut? Trip Mine's in here, that's funny. I don't like Restless Reef. We're gonna look for another land. I think it's... Where's Cut? There you are. Come here. Reef. Stop it. Okay. Drown Yard. Target player mills 2 cards for 3 mana. It comes in untapped as a colorless. We have to be really desperate if we're using Nephalia Draw Yard. I feel like this is like, we're really desperate, and that's not where we want to be. We want more, like, stable mana. I think I added these in because I fell into the trap of, hey, I want to mill cards and maybe just turtle up, but that's not good. That's not what this deck's looking to do. Especially with such aggressive tactics over here. Okay, so I need, what, 4? I need 2 more lands, and I can maybe cut a Mana Rock. I have 10. 10 might be extreme, and I know Grail Philosopher's not a Mana Rock, so technically I'm at 9, that's fine. I just treat this as a Mana Rock, because usually someone starts the game with Arcane Signet, someone starts with Soul Ring, and Grail Philosopher at the beginning of your upkeep, and when it enters, by the way, each horror you control is going to gains all here's pull it up. Gains all activated abilities of target artifact and opponent controls in a turn. So, and that's any artifact, by the way. That's why I really love this card. It's really versatile. So ideally, you're choosing a Mana Rock, right? And you're going to tap them for mana. Because it doesn't specify non-mana ability. And then you may spend blue mana as there are any mana that color to activate those abilities of the Mana Rock you chose. So if the Mana Rock, or sorry, not Mana Rock, but the artifact that you chose, if it has an activated ability, you can only use blue to pay for it. That's a small thing to keep in mind. But mostly, just turn your horrors into soul rings. Have fun. I think it has to be an opponent's. Yes, an opponent controls. They'll be busted if it was your own. Reenact the Crime stays, that little love and standard. Reanimate got reprinted, really cheap now. Not really, really cheap, but it's cheaper. Sonic Ritual, I think, is a fun card. You get to steal stuff out of those libraries. Having Lich definitely stays. Geth, I want to build a commander deck around Geth. Geth stays. More of that theft theme going on. This is a more expensive Reanimate. This could potentially get cut. This could potentially get cut for like a better reanimation spell. Extract from Darkness is really mid. I can see this getting cut. Breach the Multiverse stays. That card dropped in price, goddamn. I think it was like 20 before. Brainstorm Dragon also got reprinted, I think, in Outlaws of Thunder Junction. That card definitely used to be more expensive. Now it's sitting in more of like, I think, more fair price range of what it should be. Yeah, this is, actually I would consider this a win condition. Don't know why it wasn't over here. It's 7 mana. 7 mana for do nothing is a whole lot of spooky, especially if they have an if they have instant speed interaction, they can deal with it, but at the end of your end step, it's going to trigger, right? You get the exile top card of each opponent's library, you may play those cards. It's just basically that basic theft theme. Basic theft theme, right? What we care about is the last text box was, whenever a non-land permanent an opponent owns enters the battlefield under your control, they lose life equal to its mana value. What we're doing Fingerthod, which I can't believe I should cut this together. I didn't even introduce the commander. I'm an idiot. Captain Fingerthod. 3, I'm just calling him Captain. 3 blue black for a total of 5 mana. Legendary creature, horror pirate. horrors you control have menace. Whenever a horror you control deals combat damage to a player, that player mills that many cards. Alrighty, okay, horrors you get menace, and then when they deal combat damage to a player, they're gonna mill. Cool, alright. We want mill synergy. So I'm thinking enters the battlefield, like enters the graveyard stuff. Or when a creature card enters the graveyard from anywhere, like Sir Conrad. Really nice include. And at the beginning of your end step, choose target artifact or creature card in an opponent's graveyard that was put there from their library this turn. Put it onto the battlefield under your control. Love that it specifies it's not just creatures, because a lot of these effects are stealing creatures. This is also artifacts. So that's cool. That's nice. Maybe some enters the battlefield as an artifact would be cool. Chasm Skullcrow is a personal favorite of mine. Oh, we're not done yet. Let's go back over here. Breach Multiverse Days, Beacon of Unrest. I like Beacon of Unrest because it's what our commander's doing with the artifact stuff. It's our target artifact or creature card from a graveyard under our control, so I'm going to keep it. But I can totally understand cutting Beacon of Unrest. It's pretty expensive. Arcane Heist. Insert a sorcery card from opponent's graveyard without paying its mana cost. I think this card's really sweet in this deck. 4 mana, you get to cast something from opponent's graveyard. It could be a board wipe if you really need it, or just a value spell. People are always casting like Rough Spirals and shenanigans at Commander, right? But if that spell becomes the graveyard, exile it instead. Already, wow, okay, so if they're playing a Spellslinger deck, play this, alright, I'm going to nail this spell, exiled. And they get to Cipher it, which is you put it on a creature you control, and when that creature deals combat damage to a player, you, or its controller, i.e. pretty much you, may cast a copy of the encoded card without paying its mana cost. So we could Arcane Heist again. So the idea is, of all these horrors and menace and stuff, Arcane Heist fits very well. Not bad. We can probably use some more. Removal is fine. I like Drown in the Log. Reminds me of old Standard. I included Nuclear Fallout and Overcharged Amalgam in here. I don't think Amalgam's the play. I don't have stuff. I mean, I could be sacrificing the creatures I'm getting from Ingrathon, but I don't know that for certain. And you have to sacrifice a creature. It's not like an artifact or anything. I'm probably cutting Amalgam. I like it. It's really fun and Narfi. It's not in this deck. It's not good enough. I think I was also struggle bussing for horrors back then. This is before. Now, I want to highlight this. This was before Duskmourn came out when I made this deck list. That's why you see like 0 Duskmourn cards in here. I think the newest card, I saw it, where were you? I saw it and I threw it in. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll add that. I don't know where. Yeah, it was Horrid. Yeah, it was Horrid Shadow Spinner from the Modern Horizons 2. It's not bad. Little tacker there. Might get power crypt. Let's see. Okay. Chill out for a second. Yar, that'd be mine. Done. So that category's been looked through. Removal, took out that guy. Ramp we can probably keep, but I can see myself cutting like a Thought Vessel or something. Having a 5 mana commander like Umbris and stuff, this deck has a lot less value compared to Umbris in the deck, because that deck seeks a lot of creatures and you can play them out. You draw the cards, you're usually doing good. This one relies on Ingrathon or mill creatures, which we should look into. Sewer Nemesis, classic, stays. Choose a player. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in the chosen player's graveyard. Yeah, just mill out an opponent. Maybe they're like second to last. They're not doing so good. Maybe they miss a land drop or 2 in the game. Choose them, keep them alive, and kill the other players. Love it. It also mills a little bit. Rune Crab. I guess that's why we want to be hitting our land drops, and it's each opponent mills 3 cards. We're keeping it. It's fine. We want to be attacking with horrors. It makes sense. I guess I could look for a horror anthem, I suppose. Mesmeric Orb's still so expensive despite being such a staple in mill decks. I would hope they would reprint this card by now. Not good enough, I think. And hear me out. Mesmeric Orb's a good card. It's a very good card. 2 card, and yet everyone mills, right? And we can mill ourselves. This specifies an opponent's graveyard, and it's only at the beginning of our end step. It was put there from their library this turn. Mesmeric Orb is not this turn. The reason why it was in here in the first place, and I know it's a nombo of the commander, is because we are milling them on their turn sometimes with like memory erosion, which might get cut. Because I don't think he ignores timing restrictions unless it has flash. It doesn't. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But if I had something where it's like you can cast artifacts, what is it? I'm thinking of a card. It's that stupid chariot with a face. Like Urza's something. Yeah, or is this Battlethopter? This thing. It's flying weird chariot Battlethopter, I guess. You may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. I don't know how hard I'm cooking, but I don't know if Liberator works with Captain Inguthrod. Because if you're milling people during their turn, you know, that trigger still... It's the beginning of your end step. Duh. Cutting all that out. Oof. Okay. Yeah, it's your end step. I'm an idiot. Don't do that. So Mesmeric Warp does work, especially if you're really trying to go for some of these reenact the crime, reach the multiverse. Like, you're just trying to get stuff out of the graveyard. We are. Just not to that extent. So it's going to go. Mana Cacophony. It's funny. It stays. 14 cards. Fracture Sanity with a cycle option. Like it. Drown in Dreams. I'm still really split on. I'm really split on Drown in Dreams. We might keep it. Might cut it. Mills twice X cards. Yeah, I mean, X is 1. We draw 1 card. Someone mills 2 cards for 4 mana. We can maybe cast something cheap from their graveyard. I'm still not sold on it. I know it's. I see it everywhere. I think it's good. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Dread Summons. That card says it's funny, and that's why we want big mana, right? And the one of the sub themes of the deck is, since we're taking artifacts from opponents, a lot of decks have mana rocks. You know, they have mana rocks, they have soul rings, they have sometimes even bigger mana rocks. I'm trying to think of it. It's like the 4 mana 3 tap for 3 colorless. I think it's the Random Dynamo. I don't know. Just random throwing it out there. It's not super common. Excuse me. But you want to have a mana sink. Dread Summons is one of those mana sinks. Geth is one of those mana sinks. Put target artifact or creature card. Once again, those artifact creature cards with mana value X from opponent's graveyard onto the battlefield on your control tapped. This is not limited to your turn. It's not limited to that shenanigans. So you can do this on someone else's turn. You know, surprise them. Really cool. But it's tapped, obviously, so it's tapped. You can't block the creature. It maybe has an ETB you're looking for. Ravage Chupacabra, anyone? Then that player mills X cards. So you're milling. Geth is really an MVP of this deck because you're milling and you're stealing. So we're going to cut that. Consuming Aberration. Yep, more graveyard synergies. Bigger of the graveyard. We love it. Enchantment, Endless Evil. Yeah, we don't have too many legendary creatures in this deck, or that many creatures in general. We have some creatures, but Endless Evil is fine enough to me. And Ibernus is Viable Duplication. We're going to get 2 triggers at the end of our turn if we use it on our Captain. Worth it. Staying. I think these are staying. Now here's our kind of dorky ones, or stuff we want to swing with, right? Just good stuff horrors. This was good stuff horrors. Disciple Bolus. Disciple Bolus is in here because you can just steal people's creatures, and I wanted to get value from stealing their creatures. So I was looking for a recurring sacrifice outlet that didn't cost a whole ton of mana and just gave you a ton of life. Like, because life gain, I don't think we have really any life gain in this deck. I mean, you saw the Hard Shadow Spinner has lifelink. There's some other small ways to get it, I'm more than sure of, especially if you're stealing your opponent's creatures and artifacts. Like if you're stealing equipment, steal equipment, and then you become even more combat focused. Lots of ways to go around that, right? But refocus. Warp Infiltrator, 2 mana, combination of draw card, discard card. Okay, combat damage and Skulk, not bad. And it's only 1. Unfortunately, if we hit with Warp Infiltrator, like, wow, you're going to mill them for 1. But you know what? If we mill them and hit them for 1 and it's 1 creature or an artifact, well, we did our job. Stealing of Captain Ingrathoth. Boom. Vashta Narada. And oh yeah, that's why Strip Mine's in here for Homeward Path. Homeward Path is... Homeward Path. Each player gains control of all creatures he or she owns. Nope, I don't like that. I don't like that at all in a theft theme. So, yeah, running Strip Mine. What else? Vashta Narada. Not bad. Indestructible Shadow. It's a shame that this is... I like Doctor Who, and I'm mostly fine with the, Universes Beyond cards, or what they're called, UB. As long as it's commander focused, I'll throw them in every now and then because they fit. Plus, this episode was really cool. If you don't even know what Doctor Who is, or if you don't like it that much, I recommend this one. It's like turn off the lights. It's interesting. Definitely gave me chills when I was younger. But getting off topic, 3 mana, 1/1 for Indestructible and Shadow. And then if at the beginning of each end step, if a creature died, you put a +1 counter on it. Wow. All right. Yeah, sure. Great attacker. Great attacker. Toxwell. 20 bucks. Good stuff horror. Might get swapped out for something coming in. Spells Guide. Good stuff horror stays. Man, it's 8-9 bucks now. I thought it was like 4 earlier. Fireluxe and Obliterator. 4 pips for black mana is not fun to do, but it is doable. It is more than doable. And with that, I think it stays. I mean, he's got trample, right? You want to be dealing combat damage to people. Stays. Night Howler stays. That's the Night Howler enchanted creature. Each get plus X, where X is the number of creature cards in our graveyard. So you just play this for 3 mana, and then it's plus X base horror of a number of creature cards in all graveyards, or you put it on a creature, like maybe a Phyrexian Obliterator. I don't know. Like, that's an option. Hullbreaker Horror, good card, stays. Horror Shadow Spinner. Like, I don't have to say much about Hullbreaker Horror. I know I'm pulling it up and I'm saying more about it, but it's just one of those cards you've seen in Standard a million times if you watch Standard. Fun win con. Less of a win con in EDH because you have 4 opponents, but you know what I mean. Disciple Bliss might get cut if we can find more value. Defiler of Flesh. Yep. Target creature gets +1/+1 when it gains menace and end of turn. It's also a horror. Helps his ramp and stuff. Not ramp, but cheat out horrors. Cool. Chasm Skulker. Stays because it's my squid friend. Okay, we got 9 cards to cut. That's like 1/10 of the deck, and not including the... technically, we already did 10. Stinging Study, I think, stays. 5 mana, draw 5. Instant speed, lose 5. I mean, cool. I'm a big fan of Stinging Study cards over 4 mana. It's like 5 and above. I'm like starting to eye it like to the side, like, ooh, that's nice. Let's look at our maybe board first. Trepidation Blade. Trepidation Blade's good. We should add it. We should definitely add Trepidation Blade. We're attacking a lot. We want to be attacking. We want to be adding more creatures because I feel like a lot of this is like, it's like, oh, cool, you know, value, stealing reanimation. But if we can get our captain to stick on the field and just mill like that, we're sitting nice. That being said, should I add Swiftfoot Boots to protect the commander even more? I don't know why Stifle's in here. I think that's because I was watching a Commander podcast and I was like, that's cool. Shapeshifter's Morrow is another one. That was a, I think it's from EDH Deck Building. Love that guy's channel. Check him out. But at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the player reveals the top card of his value. If that is a creature card, the player puts the top card. Interesting. Kind of like a mill, but only if it's a creature card. And then it becomes a copy of the creature they're putting in the graveyard. That could hit. And it's an enchantment. That's so weird. I forgot about this card. It's each opponent's upkeep. We can't double dip with it, is what that means. I think I see why. It's not like, ooh. How good is Psychosis Crawler without a bunch of card draw in the deck, though? Just looking for now. Memory Plunder is literally a worse arcane heist. Elder Brain was whatever. Dark. If you're not feeling it. Okay. Duskmourn. Let's look for some horrors. Alright. Aberrant Oculus. Abhorrent Oculus. Even though it's horror and it's not a... Gotta turn my head to the side on these guys. Okay, thank you. Nope. What about you? Room. That's just rooms. Okay, horror. Tax. No, it's not worth it including. Is Umbris worth including? No, because he's exiling. We don't want that. Funny enough, Enduring Curiosity in this deck would actually be good because we're dealing combat damage to players and drawing cards. I wonder if Enduring... How much is Enduring? Here's the thing, right? I see it in too many decks. I'm scared to see this price. Okay, 10 bucks. Isn't horrible. That's not horrible, and I prefer that much over Disciple of Bolus. So we're gonna throw in Enduring Curiosity for now. We're gonna cut Disciple of Bolus. Enduring Curiosity, I've put that under combat value. You know, got that Anthem effect where, not Anthem effect, I forgot to call the effect itself, but when you deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Stuff like, oh man, Reconnaissance Mission. I'm thinking, I'm dropping the most famous example off the top of my head. That's embarrassing. I'm thinking I'm Nightmare doesn't matter, Nightmare doesn't matter. What the hell? Sorry, that was just the Brewster's Cafe stuff going on. Okay. Goated card, by the way. Nope, doesn't matter. Lots of nightmares. Horror. Okay. Here's our first, the Overlord set, right? We only have 2 to choose from. Overlord the Flood Pits. Enters attacks, draw 2, discard a card. Do we really care about that? No, I don't think it's good enough. We don't want to be discarding our own cards like we could. Oh, here we go. It can't be blocked. Silent Hall Creeper is an auto-include. Silent Hall Creeper is amazing. Easy include. Easy include. So I say that because the first deck says it can't be blocked. Cool. All right. It does come as a player. You can put 2 +++ counters on Silent Hall Creeper. Draw a card or becomes a copy of another target creature you control. Excuse me. This card like fits perfectly with Ingathron. 2 counters on it. Okay, it becomes a 3/3 that's unblockable. We're milling someone for 3 guaranteed every turn now. So that means we get 3 chances to look for an artifact or creature to cast in their graveyard if we want to. Assuming we're not going to play our own things, of course. And then draw a card. No, okay, well, whatever. You know, draw a card off of it. I mean, I'm not going to complain. And then it becomes a copy of another target creature you control. That's really good when we have all these like things like Sewer Nemesis, Nemesis of Reason, and we have a bunch of these things. And I think, yeah, it comes a copy. I think the abilities stay. I could be wrong. I want to say. I mean, definitely the counters stay. The counters definitely stay. Yeah. That makes sense. Copy of the creature. Yeah, I don't know why I'm second guessing myself so hard. So it does lose that can't be blocked ability. Unfortunate. So it's up to you. If you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to turn this into a, I don't know, Obliterator or something is one of the best case scenarios. Let's see. Okay, what are we cutting? We're cutting 2 lands. Still need to look for lands. A removable spell in big air quotes. And some mill effects. We're definitely looking for some mill effects. Unable to Scream is really good. That might be an auto-included to most decks now. No. In the 1v1, I was thinking about Brawl, the MTG arena format for this. This card's cracked there because, you know, if they attack you with 0/2, you know, I'm not going to block, but people can make deals and chump block when they're attacked and then get their commander back. It's not as good. Still fine. Just not as good as I think like Imprison in the Moon or whatnot. Let's see. Horror. You cannot convince me that's a human. That's bullshit. I'm not a big fan of tutors. Not really feeling it. What's this one? Nope. Hello, Excruciator. I've seen you too many times in Standard recently. Let's see. Nightmare, yada, yada, yada. Funeral Room, we've talked about in the other Narfi deck. Grievous Error. Let's see. Enchantment, Leyline, hello, Leyline. Yeah, Blajuka Bog and Leylines really mess with us. Like Leyline the Void, that sucks. This guy. Wow, I really wish we could include this card, but I'm pretty sure this card's really expensive. Hold on. That's not right. $21? I don't think so. Not for a single card. We're gonna put in a maybe word for now. Listen, I say go for it and include this card. If you can afford it, right? I'm not looking for to spend $20, $35 on a card yet. So I'm gonna wait for it to get out Standard. But when Overlord of the Bailmark enters or attacks, mill 4 cards, then you may return a non-avatar creature card or a planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. Are we running any planeswalkers? No, we're not. But creature cards, we're really relying on creatures, surprisingly. Not bad, and it's a horror. It's a 5/5. Cool. Valvaguff, hello, buddy. Probably looking to steal you from someone's graveyard, not our own. And then we're just gonna ignore all these other colors, these pretty colors. We're gonna go down here. Nightmare, not a horror. Don't care. Insect Skeleton, interesting. Attack in the Box, I thought was always a funny card. Ghost Vacuum. Ghost Vacuum is very interesting. It kind of does what we want and not at the same time. Dissection tools as well. I am looking at dissection tools with a big side eye on that. 5 mana, +2/+2, Death Touch, and Lifelink, but you get Manifest Dreads. I think it's like what you mill to, or you look at the top 2 cards. You put one face down in the battlefield in control. You put the other in your graveyard. Filling our graveyards, yeah, we can get our stuff back from our graveyard to a creature or something. It's a possibility. I'm gonna put tools on the baby board for now. But I still want this to be mainly a horror, like nil them steal theme, which is what Angerthod does. It's nothing too out of the blue. Just a little more on the reanimation side of things. Variants, cool. What's another set that's been out recently? What's the newest set? I think Duskmourn was the newest set. I'm just thinking about Aether Drift so much. Let's try Outlaws. Not Insect. That's probably from another. From a previous set. That was probably if I was looking for stuff for Grist. Crab Enchantment. Here we go. This is tougher than I thought. He's not open-ended per se. I know I could do next. I know we can Google search. Let's do the old reliable. About time. So I've gone through. I've got looked through some stuff. Let's see what other people are building. Well, that's the wrong button. Dimir. So, as the top 3 most popular Dimir commanders currently on EDH Rec, there is going to be no short of cards to look through for them. As compared to, oh man, Umbrus is all the way down here now. Who's someone else that I plan on building recently? Let's see. Vryn is really cool. Vryn is cool. Marvo is funny. I've been thinking about building Marvo. Oscar, I actually do have a deck built. It's public right now on my Architect. I'm just like, I'm gonna make it private. I think it's interesting. Just leave it out. If you like, what's the card? The card is, yeah, read it. If you like Reenact the Crime as a card and you enjoyed playing it, I recommend playing Oscar. He's kind of the same thing in a way. In a way. Anyone else here? I think it's interesting. Oh yeah. I had a artifact deck I'm cooking up with Sivris. Can I find Sivris, please? Where'd he go? Where's Sivris? Sivris, and then I think it's a blue, like Clan Crafter or something. Wow, people do not like this card. I thought the secret. I thought like the Oh man, what was that set? It escapes my mind. But let's see what this card does. Guess he's just Ninja Commander, alright. Why is Draw New down here? I get the downside's bad, but whatever. It's kind of fun. I don't know where you are. Where's Sivris? There it is. Okay, here's Sivris. Sivris and... Okay, I'm getting off topic. Just stop it. Let's go to Angerthod. I'm getting off topic. Alright. It's a nightmare. Oh, it's Mill. Duh. Each opponent mills that many cards? That's funny. You get more looks. I think I like Mind Skinner, and it's not because I'm trying to mill out my opponents. I don't think milling out your opponents, unless you're doing the combo, is really worth it. But at the same time, yeah, that card seems silly, huh? Can't be blocked. Yep, that's a free... I look at 30 cards for Captain Angerthod. That is very good. Can it block still as a... That's a 3-mana 10-1 blocker. Why have I never thought about it like that? Why do I not see that come up more often? That's crazy. In that case, okay, I'll add that in. Take out Hunted Horror, because it essentially does the same thing I'm trying to do with it. And let's tag back in plus Initiative. And then this is repeatable. I keep you for now. For now, we're looking. I already have Zelix, 20 bucks. I'm not including that in my deck. Definitely an option. Are you on the sideboard? Fine. When you eventually get reprinted, if you get reprinted, because Woods of the Coast are hack frauds, let's just have you in consideration for now. It's a good card. It's a very good card for the deck. Oh, let's look here a bit longer. Speaking off topic, whatever. Uchalan. I don't... You have to exile a creature card from an opponent's graveyard, and I don't think I want to be doing that when you want to be casting the cards, so that's why I didn't choose Uchalan. I didn't quite... I was not a fan. Or Uchalan, I don't know how to pronounce that. So it's like, yeah, you get graveyard hate, but at the cost of not using your commander. But not every creature is going to be useful. That's the difficult part, right? Not every creature is going to be useful, so I'll consider Uchalan. Graxalax should be in the deck. Is he not in the deck? I'm an idiot. Yippee. He should be in the deck. How do you spell that? Z. Okay, what's a Z? I'm not crazy. I think I prefer that over card draw. Memory erosion for sure. Nope. Not a fan. Atlas fun, I like for the utility. Mind Flayer, I do not know why Mind Flayer is a top card. I do not think that card's good. 5 mana to temporarily steal an opponent's creatures seems awful. I don't like, the same reason I don't like Ravenous Chupacabra, because this has flash, flying, exploit. Sure, you can sacrifice itself for another creature at instant speed, but you still get a hard that's potentially a 3/3 flyer. You have Ravenous Chupacabra come down, do its thing, and since we're not an ETB or reanimation, self-reanimation theme as much, what's the point of Chupacabra? Like, well, what are we doing there, guys? Okay, we have a lot of mill. You're technically mill. Get your butt in there. Yeah, I count you as some mill / value. Scary stuff. Value. Draw cards. Discard. It's not bad. Draw, yeah, these are nice little card draws. Like that. We want to be attacking. We want to be doing that. Creatures, anything new? Anything new? Now, Ancient Seller's Bond looked interesting. Target opponent loses life equal to the difference. I don't think it's that good for us. I could be wrong, and I might be dumb for that. Brewvac is $30. We're not including Brewvac. Let's see. Forgot Creation's funny. Fire-Executor Evoker, I've tried in multiple decks on 4-player Commander, and it's just not fun. It does not work. $30 rubbing for him. Wow, who'd have guessed? Thing in the ice? No. Cruel Somniphage is something I overlooked heavily. What? Forgot about the second part. I think I saw the mill. Okay, let's pretend I spelled that right. Okay, let's pretend I can fucking spell it all. Yay, I can. Okay, Somniphage, definitely awesome. Let's keep that. Let's take out... Okay, I want to keep... I know I said no, but now I'm thinking, okay, we're back. We're getting more and more mills and kind of card draw with the things I'm including and the things I'm cutting. That are more mediocre mill things. Excuse me, I'm so sorry about that. So, I want to keep some resurrection spells. Is there any new get stuff from people's graveyards? Anything new going on here? No. I don't know why that's in so many decks. I don't think... Memory Plunder is not good compared to Arcane Heist, in my opinion. Yes, this is at instant speed. I don't think Arcane Heist is. Yes, it's sorcery speed. But I would rather pay the sorcery speed to keep doing it. Potentially. Cut your losses. And another thing to consider, if all these really big, expensive one-shot mill effects, targeting just one person with that isn't fun. Not a fan. Target player, again, that's just one person. Not a fan. Mind Grind. Mind Grind. Mind Grind is funny. I will sacrifice Drowned Dreams for Mind Grind. What else are we looking for? Alter the Brood. Fun fact, Alter the Brood's in here because of combos of Zelix. It's really gross. Siphon Mind. You could go the discard route with this deck. Wait. Nope, you can't. I don't know what the fuck Siphon Mind's in here. Excuse my language. Siphon Mind should not be in here. It is... So, Captain reads... The opponent's graveyard is put from their library this turn, not from their hand. I mean, yes, you're doing more of the theft theme, so you could get someone to potentially discard a card, but I don't see that. Not in my opinion. Haunted One's nice. Haunted One I think is very nice. Haunted One I think is goated. Let's go back over here and look for some removal spells, shall we? Ground Dreams I think is overrated. I don't think it's for me. Cyclonic Rift is good, and that's where we'll go here. Oh, duh! Withering Torment. We'll cut Amalgam for Withering Torment. Withering Torment is just, eventually we're going to get a black disenchant that kills a creature. Mark my words, eventually. Not a bad card. We still have a Sludge Monster in here too. Don't like that it can't protect itself or doesn't have ward or anything, but still, it's not bad. I don't like Nephalia Drownyard. Am I crazy? It's 3 mana to potentially get something at the end of turn. I mean, if you can't attack, it's good, but it not attacking is concerning. And why is Creeping Tar Pit in here? Is it a 3/2 elemental? Can't be blocked. You would have to turn this into a horror for it to matter. Am I insane? Like, what's happening? I think Temple of the False Gods sucks, by the way. I despise Temple of the False Gods. Drownyard Temple, yeah, if you're self-milling. Restless Reef, okay, that's my bad. I don't think that card's good. I'm thinking of Drownyard. I think Drownyard is possible if you have the commander out, but you need to protect this dude. Is it target opponent, or can it be anyone? Cool, it could be anyone. That's a little more useful. Milling ourselves in some cases can be really helpful. I think I said that twice. My bad. How love Jace. Yeah, Jace ain't surviving. I don't see those commanders doing anything. Okay, once again, I am disappointed in EDH rec, but not surprised. Like, don't get me wrong, some of these cards are cool and all, but the Court of Cunning, really? Mill 2 cards on your turn? I mean, sure. Maybe it's good in this deck. Trepidation Blade, I think, is underrated as hell. I think that'd be really interesting. Winky Boots potentially as well. Flying in Ward 4. I really want land. Sacrificing creatures for a horror construct doesn't seem good to me. I want to make this card good. I want to build something with hostile. Not happening though. Not happening. Okay, I think we're just about done here. But let's go over the deck, and that was like the deck doctor. Why do I have too many cards? Oh no, I didn't cut enough cards. I don't like Restless Reef. It's a tap land. But if you read it as a 4 mana, you know, get a card out of the opponent's library, it's not that bad, right? I like Mana Cacophony because it hits everyone, as opposed to, where does it cut your losses? So I think for like, what, 6 mana, the other card can hit everyone for half their library. This one's target player. That is a hell of a way to get targeted by not just the player you're targeting, right? But everyone else at the table, because they're going to see that and get like kind of freaked out a bit. Blasphemous Edict is fine. It's an okay card. I think Ponder's overrated. Let's see. I love Rimbreaker. Yeah, we need our land drops. We cannot miss a land drop. So let's get that out of there for now. So we have 6. We didn't really change too much in the mana base. So nothing really changed in the mana base. And I'm thinking Restless Reef at a later turn as a draw is really unfortunate, but that 4 mana mill 4 triggers. Again, I thought you had to cast it. That was my bad. No, it's just you get that card. You can just put out your Battling Control. I read that earlier, and it slipped my mind as I was kind of continuing, because I thought he was a little... He's not busted, I'd say, but I thought he'd be more balanced around that ability. That's on me. But Nephalia Drownyard, I think that card stays, even though it's colorless. I know what I said earlier, and I'm still not very happy with these. I can still see these getting cut. Just keep that in mind. Rest of these relatively harmless multi-color lands here. Let's fix that up a little bit, shall we? Let's go here. Do I have a Jukabog? I do. Good. You always gotta deal with those graveyard shenanigans. They're always trying to get you. Do I have Dimir Aqueduct? I do not. I will include Dimir Aqueduct. If you have MDFCs or anything like that, have a bounce land. Really fun when you can get those back at a later turn, like a later point in the game, and then play them. Surprisingly, Carfell. No, I don't think Carfell's good. Dun, 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 dun. That was an accident. We're not adding in an egg. Cool. So we added in a couple new lands here. We added in Clearwater Pathway. It's not inexpensive, but it's fine. And the Dimir Aqueduct to bounce MDFCs. I should be running more MDFCs than these ones at the moment, especially Seek into Stupor, but those are the ones I'm running for now. Trepidation Blade was added. I was already on the fence about this card, but since we're supposed to be attacking and getting those mill triggers, probably very helpful. And I know the original version of the deck, I was advertising it as a more, you sit back and you mill people, and you could still do that. There's nothing wrong with that, but you do want to be swinging with a creature every turn if you can. Like, again, horrors, you can draw a menace. You can leave blockers back and still equip this to something, bam, get a massive mill trigger, if you're lucky, until it reveals a land card. Sometimes the top cards land, you get nothing, sucks to suck. But the creature gets +1/+0 to end a turn for each card revealed this way, right? So whenever that player mills that many cards, so let's say you attack. Okay, you attack with a 1/1. You'll attack with an unblockable silent Hall Creeper. Opponent will mill 3 or 4 cards. They mill 4 cards before they hit a land. Yeah, this creature is going to get +4/+0 on the end of turn. Then that player is going to mill an additional five cards, right? So they've milled 9 cards or so far. I'm not doing the math off my head. It's been a long day. I'm recording this after a long day. I'm still doing this. It's fun, but yeah, I'm tired right now. And then you get to choose something at a turn. Trepidation Blade is an easy include, and I'm sorry that I missed it the first go around. Resonator, Lithoform Engine. These guys are in here to double up on our trigger for the captain. Greaves is here to equip and give haste to some of our horrors, and captain included, just so we can connect and get that trigger as soon as possible. And since I expect Ingratha to get removed often, and he has when I've played him, like if people are like, oh, you're gonna steal my thing, bam, removal, and it's like, okay, thank you. Not versus the Vosha elf ball over there, awesome. But yeah, I want to make sure I don't miss any land drops with 36, and then I have 10 mana rocks just in case, or 9. I count Gruffle Officer, like I said earlier. I already, whenever I win, added Rainstone the Dragon just because it does a ton of damage for stealing things. For removal, we cut Amalgam and we added in Withering Torment. Withering Torment is one of those cards from Duskmourn. Destroy target creature or enchantment. Not bad. That's why Ravenform. Ravenform was in here. We can probably... This is an artifact creature. I'm thinking something else. I think it was enchantment. I could be wrong. Ravenform is a cut as well. I don't think this card's good. I think a counter spell instead of Ravenform is better. Let's see what I can tag in instead of Ravenform. Mana Drain. No. You know what I'm going to add in? It's that time again, baby. It's that time. It's that time again. For Mystic Reflection. I mean, if we're going to have a bunch of creatures and we might be potentially stealing a creature every turn, maybe we hit a bad creature off of Ingrathod's mill trigger. Let's say we hit a Llanowar Elves, but the previous turn we already stole, like, Shivan Dragon. I don't know, it's just, you know what I mean, some placeholder for a strong card. We can turn that Llanowar Elves into a Shivan Dragon. It's a fun card. It's good. It's a mod. It's becoming an auto-include in all my decks. So yeah, Mystic Reflection. Got replaced Ravenform, because also Ravenform's at sorcery speed, and I don't think it's that good. Feed the Swarm is what I meant to say, by the way. Target creature enchantment, you lose life equal to thing. It's 1 mana less for Feed the Swarm. Enchantments are relatively popular in the format, so not unhappy keeping Feed the Swarm, but Feed the Swarm could definitely get cut. Keep that in mind. Creatures. Cataclysm stays because I like it. Somnophage, great include. Sorry I missed this one. That's on me. Enduring Curiosity is another fun one. It's big, more expensive, on the more expensive side of things for $10, but we're ideally be swinging out, dealing some combat damage, drawing those cards. Hard Shadow Spinner, just a fun little dork to attack with. Yep. Went over most of these guys already. Enchantments I went over. Anything else? Reenact the Crime's funny. I did end up... I couldn't bring myself to cut from the Catacombs and extract from Darkness. I think that's the Timmy in me. I can see he's getting cut if you want to have a more powerful reanimation effect, or maybe if you want to do more on the combat side of things. Like, you can add in, like... let's see what... I'm sure someone has it here. Where is it? Haunted One, for instance, gains Undying to end of turn. I'm gonna keep on the more lenient side of things, and I want to be able to reanimate without the commander more often. So I'm gonna have that. What else? Bridge the Multiverse, mill, and en masse reanimation. Cool. Not like, you know, everything, but some things. Who does no one have the return all creature cards? Rise of Dark Realms. 9 mana, huh? Is that worth it? What would I replace Rise of the Dark Realms with? You know what? This is... I know I'm trying to make the deck better. Oh, great, my AC turned on. I'll try to finish this up then. I think it's pretty loud and it messes with my recording. But Rise of the Dark Realms... 9 mana commander, it better win the game on this spot, and it's not guaranteed to win the game on this spot, but you know what? I'm going to replace one of these 5 mana steal somethings. Yeah, from the Catacombs versus Extract. Extract goes in favor of that. I know it's a Timmy card, I know, and it's just, I was like thinking about it, and I already wanted to include it in the original deck, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. But I think, like, after playtesting and playing this deck against people, it's like, I want Rise. Every now and then you get some really good mills, especially, I think we've done better for Mind Skinner. Mind Skinner in the game is going to go crazy. You know, Somniphage would really help. Just a few other things that's helping with the milling going on. But yeah, Rise of the Dark Realms can definitely get cut for 9 mana. That's a spell that can get countered, and your opponents are probably expecting it in a game like this. But you know what? Have fun. That's my take on this card right here. Is this is me trolling? Go ahead and include it. Why not? Mind Skinner, goated. Serum Nemesis. I think most of these are Mind Grind's a new one. Each opponent. And we're trying to get a lot of mana for the captain anyways, and we're going to be stealing mana rocks. This kind of cycles itself back into the Dread Summons ideal thing. Like, we're going to have Dread Summons. Where is it? Sorry, I'm blanking right now. Oh, man, I mentioned it earlier. I was like, okay, we're going to be probably stealing mana rocks a lot. Yeah, Geth. It's Geth. Since we might be stealing mana rocks a lot, if we can't hit creatures. Dread Summons, Geth. To a degree, Nuclear Fallout. If you want to kill all creatures, then each player gets twice X rad counters to keep that mill going. And then Mind Grind now. I think Mind Grind will really help fit with that big mana-esque theme. In fact, I could even like make a subsection, be like, oh, big mana, you know, I'm just trying to get that going. Give it a go. Manic Cacophony stays in here, even though it's... I don't like it as much as Fractured Sanity for that 6 mana. Each opponent mills half their library. That's cool. I like that. But at the same time, like, even by itself, each opponent mills 8 cards. If our commander out, you know, that's what, 24 cards to look through for something? Just one thing? Cool. Alright, I'll select the best thing. Not bad. But definitely could get cut. This card could get cut. Let's see, Fractured Sanity. I like it. Dread Summons, I like it. Corner Cutting, I know I talk shit on this card. And I don't like it. You have the Monarch, but it introduces the Monarchy too, that's the thing, right? And I think that's a fun mechanic for the table. Really? Really? We're just gonna kind of look through real quick. You know, we're just gonna do a little look through. I really want to put Mind Shrieker in the deck. Target player puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. He gets +X on a turn where X is that card's converted mana cost. Wow. For 2 mana, that's not bad. I like Mind Shrieker. Mind Shrieker is something to definitely consider. It's not a horror, though. So annoying. I could see. I'm gonna play test the deck a bit more and see how many mana rocks I am actually stealing. But Sands of Delirium would be funny. I've always loved that art. I've always loved this art. Look at that. Ah, oh, to me that's what Magic's about. That's so cool. So cool. Might like Shadowkin over Ruin Crab. Ruin Crab got cut. 1 mana 0/3. I'm good. But our deck is so expensive. It's like an EDH Reanimator deck. There's no low cost cards. The reason why I did that is, so while it is 3 more mana, 4 mana isn't crazy unheard of, but at the beginning of your upkeep, each player mills 3 cards, yourself included. You may exile a creature card from among the cards milled this way. You can include yourself, right? So when you do that, let's say there's no other good cards, or if you have your captain in play. Here's the thing. I want to do it with the captain not in play. I'm trying to think about, okay, if the captain's not in play, what does this do for me? Okay, I mill a total of 9 cards, and I get to make this into a creature from one of them. Cool. And then I could hit one of my creatures, which my creatures greatly benefit me if I turn this into a Mind Skinner or Grazilax, so maybe I could just suddenly make this huge out of nowhere. Okay, I milled and I get to exile a creature. Let's say 2 mana, 2/2 trampler. Comes a copy. Yeah, okay, well 5 mana, 5/5 trample then. Okay, my bad. But I feel like there's a lot of potential for this card, and I'm really curious to see how good it can become. I think Shadowkin. Here's the thing. I've seen this card. It's in the what's the most Wilheld. It's in the Wilheld precon, the zombie precon for some reason. I don't think it's good there. It seems a little gross, and I don't like it. It doesn't seem to fit. And I saw that, and I made a stink face. I was like, "Ugh, that's disgusting. Why would you ever want that?" No, I think it's not bad here. I think it's not bad here. I think it's definitely worth the include. Of course, there's always Sword of Body in mind. I'll put it on the sideboard to be funny. Whoa. What is happening? It's $18! Please repent these. I really want to build around Master of Keys. Seems really cool. Dun, dun. Well, mill. I don't know why that's under mill. Didn't I say mill? Oracle mill? Weird. Oh, because the Millennium count. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Just pretend I didn't say that. Self-mill, some self-reanimate, some traumatizations, unsealing necropoli. Okay, I'm starting to ramble here, and I'm starting to feel myself really get drained, but I think this was a good start. And with that, yeah, we're on Zelix now. With that, this is kind of a revisit of the deck, and I still need to cut 2 cards. Just kidding, we're gonna cut 2 cards. What do I need to cut? Goodness, I need to cut 2 cards now. What have I been talking shit on? Quarter cutting. Get the fuck out of here. We don't need quarter cutting. We're already cutting enough as it is, right? Yeah, people will not let you keep Monarch if you're milling them 10 cards a turn. I think that makes you a target, and I already think you're painting a big enough target on your back enough as it is. So quarter cutting out of here. Removal stays. We're already kind of lacking in that department. We only have like 11 things. Love you having Ghoulich. Reenact the crime though? No, it's a non-land. Screw that. That stays. Whew, this is tough. This is tough. Nemesis' Reason just seems not good to me, but 5 mana. Mill 10 on attack. Plus Menace. Maybe potentially mill a little bit more. Like 13? What's a good number? Cut that out. Cut that out. Toxrill just seems like a good card. I don't see it offering much to the deck. Might cut Toxrill, might not. Might cut Toxrill. Do I cut Toxrill? Man, that's tough. Do I cut Toxrill? Yeah. So I'm cutting Toxrill. It doesn't add much besides being a powerful 7 mana 7/7, which, wow, it doesn't sound like you're cutting a 7 mana 7/7. That's good, and that's stupid of you. We have some top enders already, and we're looking to steal things more often than not. While it can board wipe, and we do want to steal things from people's graveyards, so removal is good in that aspect. Toxrill is also a $20 card. And I can see them being re-added and maybe taking out a lower cost horror, maybe like even a spell escape if your guy's not, if the captain is not dying a lot. But yeah, I'm not gonna pay $20 for a card that doesn't synergize with the deck. Like, I'll be happy drawing it, but if I'm drawing it to my opening hand, I'm like, okay, well, that's not fun. That's not good. I want to be able to operate mill and then theft on its own, and it's doing none of those things besides when the captain's out and swinging, right? When it makes the slugs, it's not doing anything. Sacrifice slug, draw a card. Wow. Alright, sure. I do like Toxrill. This isn't Toxrill slander. I think Toxrill's a cool card. And between Hullbreaker and Toxrill, I like Hullbreaker Horror a lot more. I just do, unfortunately. It's a nice card. If you had to fight between the two, I'm sure Toxrill would see a lot more play at fun, casual commander tables. It probably is better in, like, a lot of the creature metas, which I don't know, I've been playing a lot of, like, non-creature decks lately. So, I'm trying to mix it up. Alright, with that, that is the change, and that is the end of the recording and stream. Thank you for coming out. I'll be trying to do these every now and then. This was about an hour, 20 to 30 minutes. I don't know how long the video is going to be because I'm going to be cutting it down. And with that, thank you, and have a good one.